everyone. Welcome to our amazing preschool Bible stories, where we get to learn about great people in the Bible and the story of Jesus. Today is the start of a brand new series. We're going to be taking a close look at Jesus' disciples and their journey. Today we're starting with Matthew. Matthew was also known as Levi in the Bible, but we'll call him by his most commonly used name. Matthew worked as a tax collector, taking money from other people and making them very sad. Can you believe that Jesus would call someone like this? The truth is, Jesus doesn't stop loving us if we do things that are bad. Instead, he calls us by name and shows us how to live in a much better way. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 28 says, God chose things despised by the world and used them to do big things. Now, let's take a look at Matthew's story.
In the Bible, there is a story about Jesus and a specific tax collector named Matthew. Jesus was traveling through Capernaum, preaching, teaching, and healing the sick. While he was traveling, Jesus went out and took a walk by the sea. As he was walking, there were large groups of people that came to hear all that Jesus had to say, and Jesus taught those who came. As he was walking and teaching, he passed by a small tax office. In this tax office was a man named Matthew, who worked there as the tax collector. Jesus looked at Matthew and stopped teaching. He walked up to the tax office and got Matthew's attention. "Follow me," Jesus said. Matthew had heard of Jesus and the amazing things that he was teaching and doing. He listened to the words of Jesus and stood up from the tax office and left to follow Jesus. Jesus and his disciples went to Matthew's house for dinner and brought along many other tax collectors and sinners that the townspeople hated. The people knew the tax collectors to be liars and cheaters, and the sinners were mean people who did bad things and broke the rules. When the Pharisees and scribes saw that Jesus was having dinner with them, they said, "What is going on? Why is Jesus eating and drinking with Matthew, the tax collector, and these bad people?" When Jesus heard this, he replied, "What type of people go see the doctor? Do healthy people go, or do people who are sick go see a doctor for help? It is the people who need help that see a doctor. In the same way, I did not come to help people who are already made well, but to give help to people in need and show them that there is a better way." Matthew stuck to Jesus' side after this day, and he became a disciple of Jesus and turned from his mean ways. The rest of his life, he followed Jesus.
Wow, Jesus had an awesome plan for Matthew and believed in him when no one else did, just like Jesus believes in you. Now let's learn our memory verse as we learn about Jesus' disciples. Who's excited to learn this series' memory verse? Me too. Not only are we going to learn the memory verse, but we're going to learn 2 words in sign language. How exciting! So everybody, let's stand up, and first we're going to learn the 2 words, and then we'll do the whole memory verse together. On a count of 3, I want to see everybody on their feet. 1, 2, 3. Is everybody up? Perfect. So since we're learning about disciples, the first word we're going to learn is disciples, and it's really, really simple. You're going to put your thumbs up and your fist down like this, and you're going to punch it, and then move your hand down. You think you can do it with me? Here we go. The word disciples. Perfect. And the second word we're going to learn is nations, and that's even easier. You're going to put your hand out and your fingers down, and this is the word for nations. Isn't that so cool? So this week's memory verse is Matthew 28:19. And the way that goes is, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations." So the way we're going to combine the memory verse with our saying language is like this. Go therefore and make all disciples of all nations. Now, do you think you can do that with me? All right, let's do it one more time, all together on a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations. Great job, guys. Can't wait to see you next week.